Have you ever started your BMW and heard this? If you own a BMW V8 of this era with the timing chain guides, that could be your issue. Or if you own a BMW with vanos, that could be your issue. There's a lot of things that could cause that noise, and it's just super annoying. I've had that noise for a long time and I've been chasing it. I've already replaced the timing chain guides. I have not replaced the vanos, but I know it's not the vanos. And I've replaced my tensioner, a lot of things. The one thing I have not replaced is my oil filter housing. And there is a reason for that. Not a lot of people think of this being the cause of that rattling noise on startup. Now, credit where credit is due. I found all this info on a post that I'm going to link down in the description below. So check that out so you can follow along, but I'll give you the gist of it. Here is what I got, what I understood from reading it. Come here, look in here. Inside the oil filter housing towards the base of it, there is a small black valve, and the purpose of that valve is to keep oil inside the oil filter housing when you shut off the car. Now you think that this valve is made out of aluminum or some other metal material, maybe a metal alloy, but nope, you guessed it. BMW engineering dictates that it must be made out of plastic. So over time and with the heat of the engine, this will fail. And when it does, you will not have any oil inside of your canister. You will start the vehicle and then the oil pump will take that extra second to pressurize the system because it needs to fill up that oil filter housing and you'll hear the rattle. At least that's the theory. Just like a metal bracket that holds both these lines in place down here. The connector that I just disconnected. There is a flathead screwdriver clamp holding this line, and then there's going to be a star. So that is a Torx 30, but unfortunately there is a hose in the way, so I'm just going to take it apart from down here, rotate it so that I can get access to that at a different angle. There's also two 10 millimeters back here. There's a little grounding cable. Now I can probably take this off. There's one. Gotta find an anchoring point for the other one without breaking anything, because I do need to reuse these lines. There's two. The only thing holding it in now is this fitting here. And I also just realized that's a 19, and I, for some reason, do not have an open-ended 19. Couple of O-rings here, gotta take those out, replace them with new O-rings. This appears to be a 22, which also, for some reason, I don't have. And I cannot believe that I don't have these. I really can't. Wow, how is it that I don't have these sizes? Oh, this is when I wish I had a vise. All right, I'm gonna have to do this on the floor. I'll be right back. There, it took some force, but it's off. Clean that up. There is, looks like a little washer on there. Look what I found out, guys. That little valve has 3 legs at the bottom of it. Like I said, it's made out of plastic. One of them is gone. Beautiful. Things are looking good. You know what? After all, I am gonna take this off because I should have really installed this on the new part and then secure the hose to it. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off real quick. By the look of this hose, I should have replaced it. So I hope it doesn't leak.
2 hours later.
New problem. I just realized that either I cracked it or it already had a crack on the hose. This hose is so hard and so brittle. I should have 1000% thought about replacing it, but I didn't buy it. So I'm going to attempt to cut here, put the fitting up here, put the clamp back on. We're really close to this bend, which at this point is rock hard. So that might end up cracking the hose again. And if that's the case, then I'm going to have to order the part. And that means I cannot finish it today. Well, c'est la vie. Well, I got the piece of hose off. I don't have high hopes that this is going to work. I'm gonna attempt. But as soon as the hose goes in here, I think it's just gonna crack again. Oh boy. I mean, maybe, just maybe. Okay, that's in there. Now is it flexible enough? I don't know. I installed that line again here. I have tightened the clamp. This is very hard. I don't see any further cracks. This is gonna be an oil cooler line that turns into a fitting and it goes somewhere down there. I'm not exactly sure where, but I would have to track it down. So here's what's gonna happen. For the sake of the video, I am going to continue so I can show you the process, the rest of it. the hoses have been wiped to the best of my ability. This little sensor, I think it's a knock sensor, is back on the bracket. This little ground cable is back on. These two 10s are tight. The oil level sending sensor is right here, back on. The two lines, feed and return oil, are back on. A very angry, brittle hose is back on, albeit a bit shorter. Yeah. Now I think it's just time to open this bad boy up. Since this one is straight from BMW, it came with its own filter. So that's cool. Now let's fill this up with the proper amount of oil. All right, here we go. First startup. No, let's not put this here. Wow, what a difference that just made. It literally seems to idle more quiet now. I mean, I'll have to test it out and just make sure I have no leaks, and I will have to change that hose sooner than later. But as it stands right now, I am impressed. It doesn't sound, it had like a slight ticking when it was idling before, and I thought that might be the Vanos. But that seems to be completely gone. If you have the same issue, go ahead and replace your oil filter housing. If you've never done it, if you have a high mileage car, you know, you never know. You probably have something broken in there, and that'll go a long way to giving you that peace of mind. Hopefully this motor can go another 200,000 miles on brand new chain guides, and, you know, little by little fixing everything else along the way. Thank you so much for watching, for staying till the very end. I hope you learned something. If you found it entertaining, if you found it useful, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. Consider subscribing. You know how to do that. Until next time, I'm gonna drive this thing. I'll see you on the next one.